Yeah, man, where he would just come along with us and shit. Maybe not 3 months, but quite a while in IWA time, because don't forget it's 2 shows a week, you know?
Sure.
And he used to just, like, come to the ring with me and
What
shit.
were paydays back then for the average guy?
Fuck, man. Take a guess, dude.
$40.
Not even, man.
Even back then?
$40 would have been, like, fucking, holy shit, $40, you know? No, bro. Like $20.
Even then, just crazy.
Well, dude,
it's not shitting on it. This is you know.
Well, no, it's just realistically speaking, like, you know, I used to work motherfucking Marks for, you know, $150, telling, you know, because you'd work for IWA and then they'd automatically think you were getting paid. You know, they'd think you were getting paid, and you'd be like, well, you know, if I could give you, you know, give me $150 and we'll be cool. But yeah, you never got shit, and there'd be a lot of times, kid, man, you know, I can't really give you shit tonight, you know. You got heart, you know, that to get that, and then you wouldn't get nothing. And meanwhile, you drove 4 hours. But that's what you do, though. That's paying your dues. Like, I wanted to be a fucking wrestler, and you know. And
that's why you were able to get to 150 other places.
Yeah, which was few and far fucking between.
And that kind of ropes it all back around to you have to at least have one company that's a major company. You got to be, if you're doing the indies, you got to be tight to something.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the NWA circuit, I don't even want to hear about it.
Yeah,
I don't want to fucking hear about it.
There was an NWA
circuit. Exactly.
Right. It officially died when Adam Pearce decided he didn't want to carry the mantle.
What's the real story there? Is that a work shoot?
I think so. I think both of them shit on that belt, Colt and
because of the change in the management.
Right. And
they did the best of 7 and got themselves
right.
over.
And then I guess the 7th match, the NWA didn't
I watched
sanction it.
Right. But I didn't understand that. Like, that had to be. That's why it sounded like a work.
Yeah.
Why would they even do any of that?
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it seems weird, and I wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past those two guys based on all the shit that went on with that belt with that Sheik guy.
Yeah,
I would imagine that there's some history there.
Is there any kind of fucking relevance behind that belt? Does anybody give a fuck about it?
But there is. But there is a circuit of places around this country
that they can get a work payday out
exactly.
of it.
Right. That are NWA affiliates that, like the Ed Schumers of the world, call you to make sure you book. You know,
Adam Pearce did good. Made good money, I would imagine. As the NWA World
and the trick is, Cabana was already getting and still is getting bookies anyway. So now you put it on a guy that already is getting brought over. Now your NWA title's getting brought everywhere.
Right. That last time Cabana, you brought it to Noah with him. So
yeah, I mean, so there's something. Put it this way: if they offered you it, you'd still take it.
The NWA belt?
And I'm saying that meaning like it's at
Fuck
least doing
yeah,
that.
I'd take it, bro. I'd be the greatest NWA world champion ever.
Were you ever
bro.
what did he call it? The National Wrestling Alliance?
No. It was
World?
the NWA. He couldn't say National Wrestling Alliance.
Okay.
It was the NWA World Heavyweight Championship or Heavyweight Champion of the world.
He said it like some other...
It was some sort of like weird, twisted way.
Johnny Armani?
Yes. So you heard Johnny Armani.
Yeah, I was able to listen to some of it on my cell phone on the way up here. He's fucking... That guy's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that guy's a fucking legend, man. I love that guy. I'm his fucking #1 fan.
Have you ever crossed paths with him?
You know what? Like, I've seen him around, you know...
Where?
Just around shit shows.
Okay.
You know, and... he was always pretty pathetic looking, you know. Fuck it, man. You know?
Now listen, he is a favorite of this show, so you got.
Well, no. Like, you know, it just, you know, I'm being as kind as possible about it. You know, like he's definitely from the show. He's a very entertaining talker. I would have liked to have listened to the whole thing, but my cell phone didn't allow it. But yeah, I just remember this gangly dude with a fucking nice Ric Flair robe and terrible skin, truthfully. And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck, man? Like, just, I don't know, dude. If I would have been a fucking mark in that crowd, I would have lost my shit.
Yeah.
I would have had so many things to fucking say. It just would have been like, I'm you know, I don't know.
Could you imagine you're the mark in the crowd at the show where he's the ring announcer? I think
that's what I remember him being, was a ring announcer. Like
he was, but he wrestled too. Now, I'm telling you, if he was able to Andy Kaufman himself, like know what's quirky and what gets people to tick because of it, he would be on TV.
So he's not a work, like, that's him. Like,
that's him.
He's not fucking with anybody. That's him. That's how he is.
Once you turn him on, once you get Johnny Armani out of Mike Webb, once he turns Johnny Armani on, it's on.
Because that's pretty good. I didn't. Now that you mentioned Andy Kaufman, I see that. Like he, who knows, man? He could be working everybody. Like he might be like a super genius.
He ultimately isn't successful. Like Andy Kaufman was successful on the other side, and even he'll tell you himself that he wants to be in a better spot than he is right now, and you know, so he's not really like, that's what I mean. If he was able to step outside of it and harness the character that we know is Johnny Kiss, that he called, you know, Johnny, whatever it is, he can make money. Yeah. I'm telling you, he can make money.
Well, like, I think that he would be beneficial to some local promotion if they had any kind of, thing going on. Like, if there was something worth being part of and like, I don't know, man. He'd be a great mid-card heel manager. Or,
totally.
Just he'd be able to take bumps and shit. And he's just a great talker. If you can rein him in, he'd be perfect for it. There's a lot of weirdos. There's a lot of weirdos like that.
My favorite is when he jumped all over Al Legatola.
Yeah. What happened to that guy, Al Legatola?
Well, we were actually going to have him on the show here in a couple of weeks.
Shit.
Yeah, he wanted to say hello. I told him you were going to be on the show.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, he helped everybody out.
He was just a really soft-spoken, nice guy.
He helped do a lot of things, going to the shows and doing all those interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Man. During a time that he got the jump.
That was an exciting time. Like, I don't know if the Chicago scene was any good at that point, but it was an exciting time. There was like always something going on. Like, I remember
it gave you a place to see if anything was going on.
Right. Yeah. He was basically determining what was cool and what wasn't.
Sure.
And the workers looked to it. And then when he and I decided to start ChicagoWrestling.com, like, that was like a whole phenomenon, explosion. Man, because people would go to that. The workers would go to that website, and they would.
And you know what it was? They would. The very first thing that got him, let's say, national exposure or talked about, between like everybody, was when Jason Reigns shit on King Kong Bundy. Remember, he did like a public shoot on King Kong Bundy.
What did he say about King Kong Bundy?
You know what? I don't remember it now, but like. It was like to get the fuck out of the business. You're fucking old as shit, or But like,
because it was Brian Zenner was using all those guys,
all those shit, and then like Jason and Vic.
So I'm gonna bring in Chris Chetty and Danny Doring and pay them $800 each and fuck King Kong Bundy.
Right, but the difference is they were just off TV 6 months. People gave a shit.
Dude, I'm thinking more people like you're gonna cater to smart marks, but I think you're gonna bring more people.
This is a different time though. During this time, ECW was hot.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about Chris Chetty and Danny Doring though? Like
his houses were 900 people.
Yeah, but that was the boom though. I don't think they were drawn. I think he would have drew just as much with Bundy and Ronnie Vegas.
Well, the recognition was there because of
it appealed to the smart marks. I think it appealed to the smart marks, Danny Doring and Chetty. Like, I'm not shitting on them, but I'm just saying from a booker's perspective, if I'm gonna spend my money, I'd rather spend it on King Kong Bundy than Chetty.
At that time, though, that's what you had gotten for years now.
And you can make an argument they laid out the model. MCW laid out the model for Ring of Honor.
Sure, it's the same show.
But you know what? There were
they just got the jump on them. Because then also
Ring of Honor did it better.
APW was doing it too.
But all those indies, all those East Coast indies were doing that.
Not all of them, like one of them.
Carluzzo and all those guys were bringing in names and all the time and working angles and shit like that.
But they weren't getting on the internet yet. Like, think back to the first internet darling stuff. It was like APW was the first internet shit I remember hearing of. That was that I was looking on the internet to go,
Jardy France
wow,
and those guys.
Yeah.
I remember even pre-APW with Carluzzo shit and like Reckless Youth and Supernova and all that NWA stuff. And that was the first, that was like an offshoot of ECW. Like if somebody got shit canned from ECW, they would go and work Carluzzo shows. So then you'd see a result page and you see Sabu versus fucking Devin Storm. And you'd be like, oh, shit. I want to get a tape of that. Sounds awesome. We put them through a table.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then they are a video stand in Gurney Mills.
What a shit dump that was, man.
Yeah, but dude, that connected a lot of people at
that
one
was
point.
An outlet, man. That's
I drove out there a few times.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I did my interview with Al Legatola at the Gurney Mills Mall.
You probably did.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah.
I bought the Bam Bam Bigelow shoot interview while I was there.
Then you were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Al is completely detached from wrestling now. He's got kids and stuff. But we're going to have him on and catch up with him and just say hello. I think he wants to somewhat respond a little bit to Johnny Armani. And
what did Johnny Armani say about him?
Johnny Armani was livid.
Why?
Livid and still literally offended that he was ranked number 47.
And like he's
47 for what?
And Al did a top 50.
What the fuck was I ranked?
Yeah, you were higher than 47.
I fucking better have been, that motherfucker.
He was so mad, and he literally was like, I held 47 different titles. There's no way that a guy that was in the business for a year and a half, talking about Vito, should be in the top 10, and I'm not even in the top 10. Oh, man.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, he's so mad still to this day. It's 10 years later, and he's still mad.
But I remember being fucked up and reading some of that shit.
It's honestly handicapped him in life.
Really?
I'm not even joking. It's him not like you said, holding the WWE title, crying in the middle of the ring. When he wins, that moment never happened. Like that's a shoot though, man.
That's what he dreams.
That's seriously. And in his head, he sat here after the show and he was telling me, man, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it didn't work for me.
How drunk was he?
I wouldn't say drunk at all.
He wasn't like ossified, just fucking out.
No, and he wasn't drinking sloppily. No, he was just chilling.
Because like when I heard, he kept talking about like, yo, I gotta drink a beer.
He was drinking them, man. I will say he was drinking.
He was drinking, but it wasn't slowing him down. He wasn't slurring his speech or anything.
Because like once he said, Steve Stone, hell of a fucking guy. I can't believe he didn't make it. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You don't feel the same.
Stone fucking made it. Fucking Chuck Smooth should have had like a fucking 5-year heavyweight championship run. I should be doing movies right fucking now, man. Jesus fucking Christ. I should be sitting in a mansion getting fucking blowjobs.
That's true.
Left and right from
You mean you're not?
Movie stars. No, bro. I'm sitting in a fucking 2-bedroom in Humboldt Park jerking off to fucking porn on my cell phone.
I can sympathize.
But that's what happens when you fucking waste your young adulthood wrestling. You fucking regret it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, do you have any advice you want to give young wrestlers out there?
Yeah, fucking kill yourself or quit. One or the fucking other. It seems like a lot of them,
Hey, kill yourself in the ring and you'll become a YouTube sensation.
Yeah, just fucking cut your throat, dude.
Yeah.
Do you agree with us that this is something that we keep telling everyone, that we really feel like very soon somebody's going to take a gunshot?
No, dude. Nobody will do that. Nobody will do that.
You're not watching deathmatch wrestling.
Well, bro, they're just not. Nobody's gonna fucking shoot themselves. They're gonna go to jail. Like I think it peaked with like that fucking weed whacker bullshit. Like they'll do upon that.
Have you seen Kenzons? You know what Kenzons are? Like they're like little gardening tools, so they look like like a grinder.
Yeah,
weed grinder.
Yeah.
Now imagine with like thousands of nails.
Okay.
And they stick way up.
They stick.
What do they do with them?
Well, Ben, give a little explanation.
Yeah, they're like little round things, and they put them on top of their head, and then they bash them into people's skulls.
And so what? It sticks in there?
It sticks in their skull.
So what? How deep do they go?
An inch.
And who are the fucking rocket scientists who are doing this?
Japanese guys, and then now it's like guys like Drake Younger.
Drake's doing that shit?
Drake's doing it.
Jesus fucking Christ,
dude,
Drake.
It's hardcore. A guy in Alabama took a
that just says it right there. A guy in Alabama.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. A guy in Alabama is going to take a gunshot to the leg and think it's
See, that's
to get
like
over.
I just think everybody would assume like I'm going to jail if I fucking shoot somebody with that.
There you go.
アメリカのお客さんがブーイングも多かったけど、大歓迎に迎えてくれて嬉しかった。
Now, does he have hepatitis as well, or
yes?
Dude, he is one of the most ridiculous hardcore guys on the planet.
Is he a big Japan guy?
Yeah, he's like
this is them trying to pull it out. Here you go.
Oh, thank God he doesn't have a flat head. The first one fell off. Oh, the second one didn't. Oh!
It's driven into his skull.
Christ almighty. This is legal! Why? Oh!
So, like, if I came back and started doing
now watch this. Look at him try to yank it out.
Even.
I'm trying. I am trying.
Where is this? Is this in
CZW.
Jersey or some shit?
This is for CZW.
I'm gonna post this on the page. Let's give a little. They're taking the Kenzon now out of his head.
Oh, it's so disturbingly gross.
Fucked up.
And and it's like shocking to see.
And is it worth it? Did that get that big of a pop?
Oh man,
he does it all the time.
Yeah.
So this guy's gimmick.
Kinda, yeah. He kind of created it a little
Drake's
bit.
doing it too. The same shit.
And this guy's like Drake's tag team partner in Japan.
Oh wow,
dude, it's
he's a huge name in Japan.
This guy is
huge.
Yeah, he's like the hardcore guy now.
But Big Japan's still like the shit Japan fed, though, no?
They're the hardcore fed.
Yeah, but they're in front of like 50 people half the fucking time, no?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they just ripped it out.
They work Kirk and Hall and stuff like that.
Facebook.com/ITR Live. I just posted the video. I recommend watching it. It's shocking. They're taking the Kenzon out now.
He's laughing.
Loves it, yeah.
He's laughing.
Like I say, it's the size of like.
He loves it because he worked these motherfuckers out of an airplane flight and probably a shitload of money.
Look at that, and they're ripping it out of his head right now.
I can't watch it, dude. I have to turn the other way.
It's like the most. It's the most.
Oh my God,
dude! It's the most aggressive weed grinder on the planet that you could possibly think of, and they're yanking it out of his head right now, and it's oh my God. You ready to do that?
Fuck it, yeah. Give me $50. Give me $50 and I'll fucking do it.
They're pulling his scalp away from his skull.
Yeah, that just seems kind of pointless to me.
Facebook.com/ITR Live for the full video. This is definitely a visual, not an audio. So
yeah,
shut up.
Everybody's loving this.
We love deathmatch wrestling. It's one of
I enjoy it too. But
there you go. There you go.
Oh man. That ain't coming out.
Almost.
Hold on. Watch when it lets go. Like the skin just like gives away.
Damn. You're almost there. You got the front out.
He got the front out. Oh!
Jesus.
No, almost.
Why are you doing this, Drake?
He tells me he tried. Oh!